Hello and welcome to today's edition of Top Rated Recruiter Spotlight. I am joined here with Sarah Thierer of IDR Healthcare. Sarah, how are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you, Adam?
I'm doing great. And for those that don't know, Great Recruiters, we are the review, reputation management, brand promotion platform for the staffing and recruitment industries. And as a former recruiter, we love recruiters. We love highlighting them. And we especially love talking to folks like Sarah who are absolutely crushing it out there. And before we get into a little bit about Sarah, I'm going to just do a little bit of bragging. Sarah has over 40 reviews, 4.92 star rating, 93% highly recommended. And let me tell you, people have wonderful things to say about Sarah. She has been helpful, understanding to me in the jobs I'm interested in. She's doing great. She is prompt, did a great job. She was able to provide me the awesome opportunities. She is the recruiter that I go to and trust. That's all you. We might help capture that feedback, but that is a direct result of the great work you're doing. So kudos to you, Sarah.
Thank you.
And so you work for IDR. Tell us a little bit about IDR.
Yeah, so IDR was my first job out of college and love the culture here. They really emphasize on that relationship building and building that trust with your clinicians. And I think that's why I've been so successful, is those are the main two things that I focus on during recruitment, is just listening to them and understanding their needs and, finding them exactly what they want.
That's awesome. And so first job out of college, did you grow up as a young child thinking to myself, oh, I just want to be a healthcare recruiter? Is that how it happened?
No, honestly, I graduated with a finance degree and I did this just because it provided flexibility. But I always had a passion for working with people and I wanted to be in a role that centered around building these strong relationships, which is why I ended up moving into recruitment right as I had graduated. And I mean, I'm so glad I did. It's giving me the opportunity to connect with all these amazing healthcare professionals and, help them grow into their career.
Yeah. And how long have you been in the recruiting biz for?
2 years. I hit my 2 years last month.
Okay, so you're over that hump, right?
Yeah.
You're over that hump. You got a network of candidates that trust you, obviously love you. I can tell by the reviews, and so you're just compounding on that experience. That's awesome. Talk a little bit about the types of candidates that you help. What's your background and expertise in staffing, and who do you help most?
Yeah, so I actually started in nursing recruitment and then eventually transitioned into allied health. Over time, I would say that I have become an expert in understanding, the different modalities, certifications, and specific duties that do come with these roles. I would say it's a little bit more complex than nursing, just because they'll have certifications inside certifications. And so I've become an expertise and, I've been recognized multiple times, having received different MVP awards and even had a few Hall of Fame awards as well. So that's been exciting.
So what do you have to do to earn that MVP award?
So we go based off of, submittals, offers, head count, just it's overall like a well-rounded award.
And so you're doing a great job from beginning to end, and you're getting the results to help your candidates find success in yourself. So that's great.
Absolutely.
Hey, as a recruiter, how has Great Recruiters helped you in your career?
Yeah, I would say Great Recruiters has been instrumental in validating my credibility. It allows my clinicians to give real-time feedback, and I've been actually really surprised by the positive compliments that I've received, things that I hadn't realized were meaningful to them. I had one nurse, I think that's on there, who said, I just love that she keeps saying my name over and over. And I was like, I didn't think that was anything crazy, but, it helps her and she likes it. And so the platform just also keeps me accountable through every step of the hiring process and ensures that I provide the best possible experience for all of my candidates.
That's awesome. And What does being named top rated mean to you? That's not an easy thing to earn, and you earned it. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, being named top rated, it's an honor. And I was actually the first in my company to achieve this status. And for me, it represents a trust between me and my clinicians, knowing that they're in good hands, and it reassures them that I'm fully committed to their success and well being throughout this entire recruitment process. And then also, as they're on billing, keep them in good hands as well. If they're having any issues, I want them to come to me and know that I can listen to them and figure out that problem.
Oh, that's great. And what do you think being named top rated means to them?
I would say trust. I think sometimes recruiters can get a bad rap. And so I think some of them will shuffle through recruiters and they're just really looking for someone to listen to. And once they do find someone that's, open ears, everything like that, they're a little bit more comfortable, and the other 5 recruiters knocking on their door, they're going to shut down because they have this relationship that's been built.
Yeah, it's going through the high transaction. I mean, you've said relationship a number of times. I mean, it's part of the reason why you love doing what you're doing, because it is about building those relationships. And reading the reviews, it's obviously you're taking good care of the people that you're working with. I imagine you don't successfully place everybody that you talk to, just like every recruiter out there. But I imagine that experience that you create gets them wanting to come back, gets them wanting to tell their friends about you. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I actually have tons of clinicians. If there's a better opportunity that maybe I didn't have at the time, I'm still checking in with them, making sure they're liking their contract. How's it going? I'd love to work with you again. This is what we're seeing. If you want to extend there, that's great. But the relationships go a little bit deeper than just the job itself. It's more like I have someone who hasn't been on contract with me for probably 2 years now. And I talk to her probably 3 times a week. She sends me pictures of her dogs or sends me pictures of her going on trips. So I've just built so many, I know I keep saying relationships, but I mean, I have loved everyone I've worked with, and I love seeing what's come out of it.
Yeah, and relationships are the foundation. I mean, if you're not treating everybody that you talk to, like you said, it's tough to get somebody's attention. And when they give you their attention, and they honor you with giving you that call back, responding to a connection, it's like that's where it all starts. And you have a choice. You can either see if they're a fit for what you have and toss it aside, or you can take that extra step as you have to invest in that relationship. And you have somebody that you have in place for 2 years, but they continue coming back and they continue talking to you. And I imagine they're telling your friends what a great recruiter you are. And I mean, that's where the foundation is for recruiters that get beyond that 2 years, because that first 2 years is tough. You're building up your network, you're building it. And for those that don't invest in those relationships, I don't think you can say it too much. Year 3 is just as hard as year 1 and year 2. But I imagine as you're able to tap into the network, it's also a value add to your clients, because they're getting access to talent that they may otherwise not get, because it's a result of the relationship and network you have built. Are you seeing that?
Absolutely.
That's great. And talk to me, when a recruiter or when a candidate is working with you, what should they expect? What kind of experience should they expect from you?
I would say transparency and trust. I listen and understand their needs, and I think that's really important to them. And also, reminding myself to not make assumptions. So if they're just looking for a job in Atlanta, I'm like, yeah, we do have Atlanta, Georgia, but, I just wanted to throw in these 5 just to see if anything has expanded. And 9 times out of 10, they show interest a little bit later on, because getting an offer from that first submission is very rare. I think the market's gotten really competitive these days. And so having all of those options and just, being like, let's make a pros and cons list. What do you like about this one? What do you not like about this one? And just sit there and talk with them and weigh out all the options.
Right. Long gone are the days where you get to absolutely pick and choose every little thing that you want. But when there isn't an opportunity that aligns with everything, it's important to have somebody that listens, that knows what they're interested in, knows what the most important things are, so you can help align them, because ultimately they want to be out there working, right? And it might not be their first choice, but you never get to that second and third choice if you don't get to know who they are as a person and what they're interested in.
Absolutely.
That's great. And talk to me a little bit as far as areas that you cover. Are you recruiting for opportunities nationwide? And if not, what regions are you really focused in?
Yeah, nationwide. So have lots of options for my clinicians wherever they want to go. I'd like to look into the city and see what's around it, maybe any hiking trails or cool restaurants. I've given a lot of my clinicians a whole entire list. I'm like, this would be cool, or you should try this restaurant. I saw it over here, top rated. So it helps me look
reviews
into
matter,
places.
right? Not just in the recruiter you're working with, but in where you're going to go dine. So
Yeah, exactly. Big foodie.
that's awesome. Well, hey, again, I want to congratulate you on being top rated recruiter for Q2 2024. It means a lot of people have given you very good reviews, and a lot of them. And if you're an allied health professional, if you're looking for a recruiter that's going to care about you as a person, as an individual, look no further than Sarah. She's doing an amazing job, and I have a feeling this is just the beginning of her awesome career. And Sarah, I really appreciate you jumping on today and sharing your story. And again, congratulations on being named top rated.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been awesome.
My pleasure. All right, everybody, go out there and be great.